A few years ago, I became very interested to do more as a person to help others in need, specifically orphans. And a friend of mine introduced me to a Denver based organization called Global Orphan Relief.
Because I was fortunate enough to be able to take two trips to Zambia with Scott and with for Global, it really was that was an eye-opening experience for me. It opened up a place in my heart for Africa and to learn more about Africa and the needs and also because of being around Scott and being around the organization, I've learned quite a bit and gained quite a bit.
I've gotten the pleasure to take 3 of my 4 kids to Zambia, Africa, all of them a couple of times. And so, watching them and getting to see their worldview change as well as my own, and getting to watch them experience Zambia and being involved with serving others instead of just serving ourselves.
Right from the first gala that I attended, I was really impressed with the organization. They were already feeding thousands of orphans. Additionally, they were supplying scholarships, which enabled them to go to school, and oftentimes providing full-time care for the orphans. They detailed a number of projects they've done, including building orphanages or building food kitchens. Those food kitchens oftentimes qualify the groups to receive additional foods from other organizations. So the work they were doing was very meaningful and very in line with the things I was trying to do.
We've been giving to Global Orphan Relief for about 10 years, and I can honestly say that I have never doubted their desire and their goals to take care of orphans. One of the things that I love most about this organization is the transparency of where the money goes.
Some of the kids that I've grown up with, I've watched go from toddlers up to full-grown adults just like me and earn an education and go to school, go to secondary school to further their education. I've seen some of them go to trade school to learn a certain skill, or I've seen some get jobs making bricks, building houses. It's just so amazing to see the opportunity that God has granted these children.
And with so many good charities out there that do good work, having really big administrative costs, I've just always felt very comfortable with the amount of money that goes directly to the kids.
But it's very important to me that I understand and have a good feel that the money and the time that I'm giving actually makes it to those in the field and impacts them. Go is a very personal organization. Scott and the rest of the team have been great communicators, often sharing updates from their partners in the field. And I was very excited to learn that they encourage joining them on a mission trip to see where the work is actually happening and see firsthand the results.
You actually get to see the impact of the dollars that you give to Global Orphan Relief. You give the money, and within a few weeks, you're seeing emails and newsletters with pictures of the students eating the food and wearing the uniforms that your dollars went to. And you see their names and you know their stories.
I've served with Scott, the CEO of Global Orphan Relief. I've known him for many years. He's a good man. This is a good opportunity for you to reach out to orphans and widows.
I have known Scott Nordstrom for over 20 years and have supported Global Orphan Relief since its inception. What I appreciate most about Scott Nordstrom and Global Orphan Relief is, first of all, integrity. Scott is a man that I trust. And so as I've supported the ministry, I know that the dollars are going to be used in the best way possible to help the kids. Also, I appreciate the humility that Scott brings to the ministry. He's a man that is willing to learn, open for suggestions, willing even to partner with other ministries in the goal of serving the kids. And thirdly is Scott's commitment. He's committed to the kids, and he invites you and me to come alongside him in helping these kids with an opportunity to grow and to reach their full potential.
Reach out to the African nations that are struggling with food. Here, you can go just about anywhere. The homeless have many places to go. But there's nowhere. There's no government aid. There's nothing there unless we help them. You know, the Bible says this in James 1:27. Pure and undefiled religion before God and the Father is this: to visit orphans and widows in their distress, and to keep oneself unblemished from the world. Serving orphans and serving widows is exactly what Global Orphan Relief does. They get the widows off the street that have been abandoned by families, and they use those as house mothers for children that have been abandoned as well and neglected by families.
Having been a part of Global Orphan Relief for several years now, we have truly seen God blessing this ministry, starting from just a handful of kids to now thousands of kids. And Global Orphan Relief never says no when there's a need. They find a way through God's blessing and God's will to meet the physical, the intellectual, and the spiritual needs of these children. So it's not anything that we have ever regretted.
And because they continue to take on more, they need more people. You know, they need more people to give. So if you are called to give and you feel God tugging on your heart to give to orphans specifically and the needs of orphans, we can wholeheartedly endorse Global Orphan Relief as a place to give, knowing that your money is truly making a difference.